All right, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, as it is the last head trader at TradeGATEHub, sponsored by TradeView Markets, as we look at the TradeView Market site. A lot of things happened this year. First, two things that definitely happened is TradeGATEHub got better, and that's only because the TradeView Markets growing got better. Go through the site. This is how I sign in myself. Bottom line is, if you have this TradeGATEHub, it's only one tab on our site, if you will, and look at all the amenities or everything that we offer you. A world of that, just that one tab: top news, a trading room, charts. You know what I mean? Go to the stock room. Look at this. The team did a great job, and it's getting better. You want to look at the indices one day, and you want to sign on the other site. This is where you look right here. Has everything, even including the Americas, everything you want. So the eventual goal at the end of eventual goal, no time frame, because we do things with quality and not quantity in terms of time, is to get it to be a one-stop shop. So if that's only one tab here, just go through the rest of the site. It's phenomenal. It's a family office, but as family as you can get, considering it's international. Go through it. We're very proud of it, and we're also proud of TradeGATEHub. So as we sign in, I signed in before. Let's go to the trading room. It's the last trading day of the year. It really doesn't matter to me. All the last trading day of the year means that there's low volume, and there's going to be less volatility, more shenanigans, some repositioning of funds into the year to pad the books, if you will. And that's where I sit. Doesn't matter to me. Like I said, it's a marathon and not a sprint, and that's the way I'm going to look at it. But for those of you that do, I don't think anything's going to be, hopefully don't be doing anything egregious with the 4 or 5 travel,
Bluetooth mode
Hello?
paired.
Huh. Something's happening. Someone there? I'll keep going through it. That was odd. One of my sites that are open. Nothing weird. Never. So let me go through the rest of the site. So you know what? Even as it comes to the last, something going on. Even if it comes to the last trading day of the year, treat treat the game and in the business with respect and pride. Don't be just throwing things on. The last trade might be your best trade, even in terms of execution. Just certainly carry this year, the end of this year into next year. I personally don't treat it any differently. Aside again that there's going to be thinner volume and anything like that. Okay, so Coach probably gave a better detail of his wrap up of 2022 and any predictions in 2023. From my understanding, we're going to do at the end of a monthly recap, Coach and I, obviously at the end of the month. So please look for that. But in terms of predictions, the only prediction, considering that I haven't really navigated much through, China and Taiwan geopolitical situations tense almost every day. There's Ukraine going on. There's been unprecedented Fed moves. There's been the bond markets at its worst move in history. The Nasdaq is down 32% year to date. I couldn't have certainly predicted that at the beginning of 2022, and if I did, I would have been way off. Or actually kind of would have been close a little bit with the dip in the rates, because that was a little bit of a more macro. I've been around the block a little bit, but there's two things I'm going to guarantee: that TradeView Markets is going to get better, and then TradeGATEHub, I'll be here Tuesday morning without any predictions. Just, I'm an active manager. I try not to let the longer my time frame is, the longer my opinions develop. The shorter time frames in trading, the more I can develop on mechanics. So if I were to sit back and think about things, like I said, I leave that to the professionals, an active manager. I'm rotating, I'm playing, I'm certainly sticking to the major fundamentals, and what kept me solvent, and not to be dramatic this year, is playing very good defense and knowing that it really wasn't my time, or you know what, I actually kind of traded somewhat heavily. But like I said, in TradeGATEHub, or let's go back right here to give a good point. Harvey, it was this. See where I started in today. Coach still firing away here right after I'm posting. So DNA, Kathy's buying. These are the stocks year to date. DNA is down 80%. I sold it well. Coin down 86%. Year to date, Roku, 82%. Roblox was one of my holdings, 74. Made money in it somehow. Zillow. So what you should do is get her a TGH password. Goldman Sachs equity. And you know what? The other thing that I'm going to guarantee, unless noted otherwise, and that's why I always say comments, questions, or complaints, please share. I mean, I don't want to keep doing something that people aren't. It's just a waste of my time. It's not a waste of my time. It's part of my plan, but it's a waste of your time. But one thing is, I will keep the data unless the critical mass says otherwise, of being consistent and direct. And one thing that I post every day is the Goldman Sachs equities color. If it's difficult reading at this time, you know what? Go to the red YouTube, our TradeGATEHub YouTube channel, and go back to all our past videos. And that this is like going back to chapter. If you want to watch something, what did I say? 13 days ago, I posted something on Goldman Sachs equity. I'm sure I went over it here.
Good morning.
That's like going back and reading material over. I posted it almost every day. If it's difficult reading, get to know it now, read back later and catch up. Believe me, it'll be worth it. No one picked up the Bible and got it on it right away. I'm sorry to be religious. All right, what's on tap for next week? You know what I mean? So I get the end of 2022 is in the books. Next, as we say, trading, there's the calendar to look forward. They give you Monday off to reflect even more. So listen, this is the professional and proper outlook that the Rev has. And this is how I'm looking at it. Like this, I have no idea what will happen in 2023, but I do know with great certainty there'll be volatility that offers us great trading. And you know what? It's going to be no difference whether it's 2020, 22, 23, 24. I'm here to bring you stocks that are moving, predicated on volume, a good price action range. Coach, of course, with his continued just keep setting a high bar month by month on the guests he's getting. I don't know if we counted up the amount of viewers that Coach's guest total on the Twitter feed. It's got to be somewhere in the millions on a cumulative level. And several times, by the way, which is the ultimate compliment for anybody at TGH. We have Lean on a couple of times. We have David Hunter's been on 3-4 times. All right, so another thing here. Lucid down 82%. Snapchat, so watch out below. Always posting what's working good. Joba, Happy New Year. Coach and Mike, thank you, Lewis, for your daily outcome. Keep it that way in 2023. And this is what I listen, if I could go over some trades, it's thinner volume. I'll get, you know what I'm going to do? I'll go back to my screen. It's almost like a run, it's almost like a rundown, but Lewis, better will be coming, still posting stuff. At the very least, what I'm going to ask you to do, sometimes this room is very advanced. Sometimes I'm very advanced. You know what I mean? But treat it like this. If you go to a fine restaurant, and this is a fine restaurant, and you ask the waiter, what are the specials for the day? And the guy's got a nice list of everything prepared. Suppose you don't eat chicken and he starts talking about chicken. All right. So you might look at when he's talking about, you're subconsciously looking at the fish dishes or whatever. If I'm talking about something that's out of your league, gloss over it. If it's not in your ballpark, if you don't like chicken or don't like, trading the type of stocks, go over to the next page, go over to Lewis, go into our Forex page for the, go into what's going on with the stocks and indices room. You know what I mean? There's always something to do if exactly what I'm not telling you at that moment is what you want or interested in hearing. That's why there's a mute button. I mute myself sometimes. Well, actually, my wife mutes me more than me, being facetious. All right, so let's keep going. I always post my universe, and I'm always open to questions. A couple of things that I learned in life is very rarely do you get without asking. Ask. You know what I mean? You got to ask. It's getting back. All right. IQ was good. You know what? IQ, I said that. The IQ was a good play with China. Trade TJ, I don't want to call you out. I know you like being, I don't often chat in this group, but I do your insight. Thank you again. And I know there are a lot of my peers that are on here. Thank you again. This is not Pat TradeGATEHub back on a TradeGATEHub on the pat on the back hour. Once again, I'm just going over a routine and more that we can provide for you. So those comments, complaints, or questions can be a little bit more evident and straightforward. That's all. All right. And I brought this point up because I will suggest that from an equity standpoint, please follow who I follow on Twitter. You can always add or delete. You know what I mean? And high level opinions breed high level opinions. So I follow 60 freaking people. You know what I mean? Including briefing.com. You know what I mean? If you don't like what Christian says, or what for example, let me use a more what Sunrise Trader says. You know what I mean? First of all, the guy's got 121,000 viewers. He's a player. He's even older than me. Good guy. You'll move on then. So follow who he follows. He doesn't follow. I mean, he follows it. So follow. It breeds upon itself. So what I asked everybody to do is, if once again, if you're going back to basics, start with who I follow, and then go from there. That's what I suggest. Also, obviously, go through all the videos. All right, Rev is right. Again, we typically get some odd movement in the various stocks this time of year. That was evident in my screen. Let me, hold on. Share, let me take this here. I'll start sharing here, and you share my screen. Here are the stocks always in play. Varna, Cala, PGTX. I played it well. I sold it pretty well, I believe. I was in it. I actually sold it pre-market. That's impossible. Is that? I think I got out of a little pre-market. I did. Verna, RNA, ALT, CPRX, CABA, Poly, we alerted. What's going on now? Market's taking a little dipper. What's coming down? FUTU, how you like that one, okay? FUTU. 71 to 42. And you know what they do? The good stocks is IQ, another Chinese stock, doesn't really have to do a lot with it. We certainly had great volume above all the moving averages curling up. So if you woke up this morning, you saw IQ down 29%, you thought you were going to get killed in it, but you didn't. Because look how the stock closed yesterday. Even had a print from 519 to 536. It opened in the hole at 490, rested at rested there. It gave you an out right at the gap of yesterday's close. So you trade tactically. That's why we have a list of stocks that trade good action, good price action, and so forth. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Okay, gap down, DBGI, shared my screen. Part of nice what Coach IQ sold half Mullen, good trade. Joe hit him on the Mullen calls. Market yesterday's lows. Silver, Coach always trading. Trade Journal, Happy New Year again. So listen, Poly, I alerted 1 hour ago. He was Poly. Hold on. Poly alerted an hour ago. Poly an hour ago with the hot stock. An hour ago was right here. It's 11:09. Right here, 5:08. Oh, that's not Poly. An hour ago. What is it? It's 11 to what? 11:14. Where's 10:14? Right here, 10:14. Poly alerted right after it broke high. 570 gave you 856. Gave you $3 on Poly. There's the long-term chart as overhead resistance. And you know what the thing on Poly? I wouldn't consider it to keep going. I mean, people are trying to make money at this time of year, but if I'm up on Pally right now and I'm down on Disney, certainly I'm going to take, profits on this Pally, this dog that might never see, a 40, 80% move again. They're going to take it off. It has a tendency of closing like this. It doesn't have two-day continuation. So, they're probably going to take some profits. And it was no surprise that they took profits in something like in Akala. You know what I mean? 3 days up, by the way, Coach. 1, 2, 3, going from 6 to 4 to 37. Now the 200-day there. There's 3 days up for you, Coach. The thinner, the 3-day up for you, Coach. You're there. D-Dog, IE, a minute. Peaks and crap. Where's this IE? All right, what else am I in? Las Vegas Sands acting well. Coin was positive. Nevada. Tesla, they tried to hold on. With Tesla, listen, this is the thing that I'm thinking now at the end of the year as a trader, at the end of the year, is that anybody that bought when Tesla was 109 3 days ago, and it went to 127. Listen, everybody knows it's a bad year. Everybody knows that the S&P is down, the S&P is down 28, whatever, 22 to 24%, the NASDAQ. So anybody that was long Tesla that could make another 4 or 5% on a bounce is going to take it off. Was it really going to go to 150? I think that at the end of the year here, they're going to want to keep prices as low as possible so everybody can get in. Listen, throw the baby out with the bathwater. If Tesla closes a lot cheaper, I'm going to buy it to have on the book. So I really want, I think they're going to keep things down, just to suppress them. So maybe it'll be even just get it all over with and keep them down till the end of the year, seeing with the oils and everything. Google not acting that badly. Google's one of our positions, didn't make a new year low. Bravo, Mike V. Apple, same right there. Coach covered it very well with Had a 1-day bounce. Now it's in the middle. LI, Billy, IE. What else am I in? PWV, my low floaters. Noggin. Got hit in the noggin. Hit there. Verna, Slob. Listen, the oils are looking good into the end of here too. You want to talk about something going into the end of year looking good, it still is the oils. SLB, Halliburton, they could have sold it off. Devon Energy is a different one. It's below the 50-day. Just got to play the stocks that are technically better. Oxy Petroleum hanging by there. EOG, always the best of breed. The other one is FAN, without even looking, FANG, right there, and EOG. Oh, PXD, I'm sorry. So right now it looks like the PXD. The PXD, right now it looks like the better ones of these drillers. Halliburton, SLB, UNG. I'm actually in some UNG, breaking low today. No surprise. UNG, I was just upping it nicely. Look at this thing. What was I buying? Boyle. What Boyle right before I came on the air was 1790. I was up in it nice. Typical. But I'm up and I was buying Boyle. I was trading a little bit. Buying Boyle 1760, 1740. Then it sold it again because I didn't want it. Now I'm going to get 17. That's where I sold, where I have it. But why did I buy it? If breaks, listen, everybody knows what Boyle and UNG is doing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let it carry over to the week. And I actually been trading it well. If it takes out the new low, of whatever this is, 1735, I'm out. Next, move on. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm playing around. I'm trying to keep sharp. No, I'm trying to stay sharp. Not keep sharp. Stay sharp. All right, here's my list. SCFUTU, Nevada, nothing. Let's go to the wise guys, what they're doing on a day like this, which actually you never know. You could get somebody doing something sneaky. Salesforce. Okay, let's go, my boy. Top sweeps, BKR. All right, BKR, that goes with Hal and Slob. So we have something. Who's the BKR chart? The old Baker Hughes. G Money, you know about that one, Baker Hughes. Baker Hughes, you gotta like it. I like it. It's not a barn burner, but it looks like it's going to have more of those that spring up than a spring down. Certainly been acting well. So BKR, they're going out to when? February 23rd. All right. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. It's not good. How much are they doing it for? $1 million. Actually, $750,000. All right. I'll keep my eye on it. Anti-VIX is broken. MU bearish. What's going on? Marvell. Nothing. More flow. Marvell. Not interested. March, maybe I am interested. Overstock, I'm in it. 1,000 calls going to June. I bought overstock. You know what? See the 16 and 17 minutes? That's a big move on this overstock. I bought it right before I came on the air. Giddy up, Mike V. Look what it's doing. I bought overstock. I've been buying it all morning. Blue, 10, 18. Bought it right before here, right? 1889. Went to 1938. The gap, what am I looking for here and why? Overstock, because I saw coin went positive. Everybody knows coin has something to do with overstock has a little crypto in it from that whatever it is. That's iCoin or whatever that thing is. So I put overstock, and why? Calls went out. So on a day like today, I'm not trying to invent the wheel, split the atom or reinvent the wheel. I saw some guy goes to overstock in June, more in June. Apple, they're playing Apple calls. They're playing in Apple calls. That's because that's what they're doing. Cough, bearish. I'm not surprised. I think there were more. Am I going overtime? No. Mattel all over the tape. But overstock at TGTX activity. And why should there should be? Look at TGTX. People are probably this stock right here. How could you be short this thing? Not even oversold yet, overbought yet. It was 140. Goldman has a sell on it. Once they go, oh, beautiful setup. I had it. I didn't have much. So I didn't want to get bagged in one of these low floaters at the end of the year. BKR, more calls. So far it's BKR, CRWD, insider buying. It's a big 25,000. That's nice. That's it. That's all I'm doing today, guys. Light flow. So far, if you've been here through the last 364 days trading, or actually, it's less than that because it's not the end of the year yet. We appreciate that. Always, it's a 3-day weekend. That sucks. I'll be posting Monday night, preparing for the beginning of the trading year, which is Tuesday. Please comments, suggestions, or any complaints. Let us know here, because you know what? We have no ego, just like we do in our trading. We're just trying to get better every time. just like we're trying to get better trading day by day. So right now I'm going to go right here to my routine is doing this. It's going back and watching Coach's video with the red YouTube button, but he posted at 9:30 Eastern every day. Already has 76 views, by the way. Bravo. It's pretty good. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I am going to go to do the rest of my routine like it would be any other day. I'm going to go through my notebook of stocks that have, I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000 of stocks that have good price action, good range, and good volume. And I'm going to see which ones are candidates for me to take from there. And I'm going to go over my fundamentals just like I do. I try to get better day by day. I learned a lot through this bear market, probably than I have in the last 3 to 5 years combined, including the COVID swoop, which was one of my better years. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. I'll be back after lunch, and happy trading and continuous 2023. It's an honor and privilege to be with you, and for you to tune in every day, and it's going to be no different in 2023 as you know me. So thanks for tuning in. Cheers and trade well.